The largest tidal restoration project on the West Coast is happening right now in the Bay Area. It is called the Salt Pond Restoration Project. You can see it covers much of the southern part of the bay. And right now, they're working on what is called A2W Pond in Mountain View, right by Shoreline Park. Sooji Nam has more on what the project means for local wildlife and the health of the bay.
Grading out the dirt into a nice, gentle 30-to-1 habitat slope.
Years of construction soon coming to an end.
Marshes themselves cushion the bay shoreline from wind waves, storms, high tides.
Dave Halsing oversees the South Bay Salt Pond Restoration Project in Mountain View, managing the A2W pond that spans more than 400 acres near Shoreline Park and Stevens Creek Trail. Crews are transforming this pond that was once used for salt production into tidal marshes.
We raised the north end of that channel and rebuilt the bay trail on top of it, and we put these culvert pipes here so that it could drain out onto these rocks and flow out into the pond.
Halsing and his team imported 180,000 cubic yards of dirt to cultivate these wetland habitats.
A cubic yard is about the size of a washing machine, so you can imagine 180,000 of those piled up.
They're excavating the Stevens Creek channel to create a flow path between the pond and the bay.
Every time the tide comes in, it'll drop a little sediment in the bottom of the pond. That sediment will build up and eventually reach the right elevation for marsh to grow.
Nonprofits like Save the Bay help the marsh grow. Executive Director David Lewis says they plan to remove weeds and replace them with native plants by the pond to invite in wildlife.
Need a place right next to the tidal marsh that has enough vegetation to protect them from predators like hawks, protect them from people who are using the shoreline. We're actually making great progress. We need to do it faster to stay ahead of sea level rise.
A few more touches to this pond restoration. Halsing says they are building a public walking path and bridge.
We'll have more wildlife and more plants, and it won't just be an empty body of water.
While it may take several years before we see significant wildlife bloom by the pond, Halsing and his crews are optimistic about helping to restore the bay to what it once was.
So the crew just finished building 5 habitat islands in the middle of the pond. They expect this pond to be finished in the next few weeks.